Why do we struggle to love people? Why is it that going out of our way to show love or to show appreciation to others seems to be such a huge deal, or such a tasking thing to do? And it's something that I've been kind of reflecting upon, because I think even sometimes for me, showing love seems to be something that I struggle with a lot. But I think it's important, especially in today's climate. Being able to show someone that you love them is just, I think it's very underrated. Um and you can expect people to read your mind. I think this is also what I see a lot in relationships between women. I think they're very open with their love for each other, like platonically speaking, of course. Like women would tell each other that they love themselves so much, and then for men, I think it's the opposite, right? I think it's getting better now, because even me and my male friends, I think we we kind of share that sentiment with each other sometimes. But for, like, generally speaking, or in a wider scale, looking at it, I think men do often struggle to tell their male friends that they love them, or just um like they struggle with sharing or being vulnerable with those kind of emotions, or processing them properly, I think. And it's a result, I think it's a product of the way that we have been programmed by society to to equate love, I think, to weakness. I think that's rubbish. Showing love isn't weak at all. I think it's quite the opposite of weak. I think it's strong, because being vulnerable is something that is so important. I can't stress that enough. It's extremely important. Having someone that you can tell your troubles to, having someone that you feel comfortable enough to be yourself around, is one of the greatest joys in this world. Um, and so I guess that's just what I wanted to briefly talk about. How much love love takes up a lot of space. Obviously, it does. And it's something that requires effort. I've heard many people talk about the idea of love being effortless. Like, if you love someone, you don't have to put in effort, because it just happens because you're in love with each other. So the love is always going to be there. But I think that's quite foolish. Because love is something that requires effort from both sides. And if that wasn't the case, then there wouldn't be as much people breaking up. There wouldn't be as much divorces as there is, because those people were surely in love with each other, but they didn't put in the effort, I think, to work. And even if they did put in the effort, at the end of the day, it doesn't work out, right? So that's something I think to take into account as well. Love takes work, guys. Love takes work. And like most things in life, I think the payoff is worth it at the end, right? I think the payoff is definitely worth it. Even if you end up loving someone that's toxic, even if you end up loving someone that doesn't reciprocate the same love that you give, you still can walk away of that relationship or of that friendship feeling as if you did your part. And there's no better feeling than that, because even though it doesn't work out, you did all you could. You did your part. You were loving. You took time out to check up on your friends. You were caring, even during times where you weren't like the best yourself, where you weren't mentally well, you still managed to be loving to someone. I think that's so vital. That's so important. I think Simone Simone de Beauvoir, one of my favorite authors. She speaks about love um, a lot in her books, and she basically just talks about how love is this thing that's shared between two people, right? And it's something that is a constant, something that requires constant work, something that requires constant effort, right? And the beauty of love comes in those little moments where your eyes glitter, your eyes shimmer when you see them, when they're doing the most mundane task or mundane activities, and you fall in love with them all over again because of the way their body moves, the way they talk, the way they speak, the way their lips move, the smallest things. And then you realize that, yes, this is worth it. This is worth the time. This is worth the effort that I put in. So dedicate your entire being to love. Dedicate your entire being, just dedicated to loving someone. And if you meet the right person, that person will dedicate their entire being to you as well.